You sit down to focus. Laptop open. You tell yourself, just 20 minutes. And somehow, 10 seconds later, your mind is already somewhere else. Not because you're lazy, not because you lack discipline, but because something deeper has changed about how attention works. If that sounds familiar, this video is for you. Today, we're going to talk about why focusing feels harder than ever, and why trying harder is actually making it worse. Most people describe the problem the same way. I used to be able to read for hours. I used to work without getting distracted. Now I can't even finish a paragraph. So you try productivity apps, Pomodoro timers, motivation videos, more pressure, and none of it sticks. Slowly, a dangerous belief forms that something is wrong with you. But that belief is false. Your focus didn't disappear. It was broken into pieces. There's a name for this: context switching fatigue. Your attention isn't gone. It's just constantly being yanked between too many open loops. We're told focus is a personal trait, that disciplined people focus and weak people don't. But attention doesn't work like a muscle you just train harder. Attention is a system response, and modern life is designed to interrupt systems, not support them. So you're not failing at focus. You're operating inside an environment that destroys it. Here's the key idea most people miss. Focus is not effort. Focus is continuity. Your brain focuses best when one mental context stays active, one task stays dominant, one thread remains unbroken. But modern inputs do the opposite. They don't overwhelm you with difficulty. They overwhelm you with switches. Every time you check your phone, switch tabs, glance at a notification, or even think about checking something, your brain pays a switching cost. It has to drop the current context, load a new one, and later try to reload the old one. In real life, that can mean it takes many minutes, sometimes around 20 to 25, to properly get back into the previous task after a single interruption. That reload is imperfect. So focus doesn't break suddenly. It leaks away slowly. By the end of the day, your brain feels exhausted, even though you barely did anything meaningful. This is why people confuse focus loss with motivation loss. You want to work. You care. But starting feels heavy. Continuing feels uncomfortable. Not because you're lazy, but because your brain is tired of rebuilding broken context again and again. So what do? We force it. We push harder. Add pressure. Tell ourselves to just concentrate. But pressure creates stress. Stress shortens attention span. Now you're distracted and blaming yourself for being distracted. That self-blame becomes another mental interruption and a loop forms. Distraction, guilt, more distraction. Here's the reframe that changes everything. Focus is not about trying harder. Focus is about reducing switches. You don't need more willpower. You need fewer context breaks. So instead of upgrading your willpower, you need to downgrade your interruptions. Even shallow focus becomes deep when it stays continuous. Instead of asking, how can I focus better? Ask this instead. What is the one thing I'm not allowed to switch to right now? Not what you'll do, but what you'll avoid. One task, one tab, one window. Protect continuity first. Focus follows naturally. And this is important. If attention can be broken by systems, it can also be rebuilt by systems. Not overnight, not magically, but reliably. Start small. Before a task, clear your environment. Phone in another room, notifications off. Only the tools you need visible. Work in uninterrupted blocks. Not marathon sessions. 30 to 45 minutes is enough for one focus block. Long enough for depth, short enough that your energy doesn't crash. When the urge to switch appears, don't fight it aggressively. Just delay it. Most urges pass if you don't act on them immediately. Focus doesn't return because you forced it. It returns because your brain finally feels safe staying in one place. Calm, unrushed, undisturbed. This is why discipline alone doesn't fix focus, and why blaming yourself only makes it worse. You don't have a broken brain. You have too many switches. So if you've been struggling to focus lately, remember this. You don't need to become more disciplined. You need better rules. Reduce switches. Protect continuity. Let attention rebuild itself. If this helped you understand focus in a new way, save this video. And if you know someone who thinks they're lazy, send this to them. You don't need a perfect mind. You just need a quieter system. And over time, that system will give you your focus back.